My best friend and I used to be inseparable. We weren't just friends, we were sisters. We wore the same silly friendship bracelets, stayed up late during sleepovers, and promised to always tell each other everything. She was the one person who truly knew me, the one person I trusted with my whole heart. Back then, I thought nothing in this world could ever break us apart. But I was wrong, because sometimes betrayal doesn't come from strangers. It comes from the people you love the most. It all started when he transferred to our school. He wasn't extraordinary at first glance, but he had this charm, this smile that made people notice him instantly. My best friend was smitten the moment she saw him. She told me about him constantly, how funny he was, how kind his eyes looked, and how she wanted to be the one he chose. I supported her like a best friend should. I encouraged her, teased her, told her she should talk to him. But then I noticed something. Whenever he greeted us, his eyes lingered on me a little too long. I brushed it off, pretended not to notice, but she noticed, and that was the beginning of everything. One evening, she barged into my room. Her eyes were swollen from crying, her hands shaking as she held a crumpled piece of paper. "How could you do this to me?" she screamed. My heart pounded. "Do what?" I whispered. She threw the paper at me. A letter, a love confession, signed with my name. I froze. "This isn't mine. I didn't write this." But she only laughed bitterly. "Don't lie to me. You knew I loved him and you stabbed me in the back." No matter how I begged her to believe me, she wouldn't listen. Her voice cracked as she spat out the words that broke me completely. "You're dead to me." And just like that, she stormed out, leaving me shattered. I couldn't sleep that night. I kept staring at the letter, my tears smudging the ink. Something about it felt off. The curves of the handwriting, the way the words were written. It didn't feel like mine. So close to midnight, I put on my hoodie and snuck back into the school. The halls were dark and silent, every sound echoing like a ghost. I went straight to the locker room, my heart racing. I dug through the trash bins, hands trembling, until I found shredded paper. When I pieced it together, I felt my chest tighten. It was the same letter, but the handwriting wasn't mine. It was hers. My hands shook as I stared at the torn pieces. Suddenly, memories flooded back. The little comments she made over the years. "You're prettier than me. Everyone likes you more. You don't even try, but you always win." I always laughed them off, thinking she was joking, but maybe she wasn't. Maybe all along, jealousy had been eating her alive, and now she had framed me for something I didn't do. The next morning, I couldn't hold it in anymore. I marched up to her in the hallway, with students watching, and held out the torn paper. "Why?" I whispered, my voice cracking. "Why would you do this to me?" She froze. Her face went pale, and then tears filled her eyes. "Because every guy I like only notices you," she shouted. "Every single time. I'm always second place. I just wanted you gone." Her voice broke, and the hallway fell silent. And me? My chest ached so badly, I thought I couldn't breathe. I was staring at the girl who used to be my sister, but now felt like a stranger, broken by jealousy. After that day, nothing was the same. She avoided me in the hallways, walking past me like I didn't exist. The friendship bracelet we once shared, I found it in the trash. Rumors spread. Some people believed her, others believed me. But none of it mattered, because our friendship, the bond I thought was unbreakable, was already gone. I sat alone at lunch, scrolling through old photos of us, the sleepovers, the laughter, the promises we made, and I cried, knowing those memories were now poisoned. A week later, I went to our old hideout, an abandoned classroom where we used to write notes and dream about the future. There, tucked between the desks, I found her diary. At first, I hesitated. Reading it felt wrong, but something inside me needed answers. Page after page, I saw her pain, her insecurities, her anger. She wrote about how invisible she felt next to me, how she hated the way people noticed me first, and how she wanted me to feel the loneliness she lived with every day. And then I read something that froze my blood. If she ever finds out the truth, she'll hate me forever, and I don't think I can live with that. I panicked. My heart raced as I ran through the school looking for her. I finally found her on the rooftop, sitting dangerously close to the edge. "You don't have to do this," I whispered, tears in my eyes. She turned to me, her face streaked with tears. "I ruined everything. You hate me. Everyone hates me." I shook my head. "I don't hate you. I never could. You hurt me, but I don't want to lose you. Not like this." Her lips trembled before she finally broke down, sobbing into my arms. And me? I cried too, because even after everything, even after the lies and the betrayal, I still loved her like a sister. We didn't magically fix everything that night. The scars were still there. The trust was broken, but at least for the first time, she let me see the pain she'd been hiding all along. It's been months since then. Things aren't the same. Maybe they never will be, but we talk sometimes. We smile, even if it's faint. We're trying in our own broken way. And I learned something powerful. Sometimes the people who hurt you the most are the ones who are hurting the deepest. And sometimes forgiveness isn't about forgetting or fixing what's broken. It's about choosing not to carry the pain anymore, because betrayal may break you, but forgiveness is what sets you free. Thank you for listening to my story. If this touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, have you ever felt betrayed by someone you trusted the most? I'd love to hear your story too.